Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Jordan Dota League Season 5. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Dragondrop Dota for Truesight TV. And we've got Rage up against Adventure of 5 Idiots. The Turks up against, I believe, Rage is, Romanian.
Romania, yeah, mostly, I believe.
How's it going, Dragondrop?
Going great, man, thanks.
I did get a chance real quick to check out the Dota Buff stats, since I'm not professional stats man, but I use Dota Buff to get a quick glimpse at the amateur teams often. And both of these teams look very good. The past month, we haven't had Rage doing quite as well, but Adventure of 5 Idiots has a 77% win rate in the past month over 9 games.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive.
Very.
But yeah, you never know. I mean, you always have to look at where these stats are coming from and what kind of teams they're actually playing. Yeah. So it can all just, it's not all that, it's not saying all that much necessarily.
Yeah, and some of it appears to be they've used the name in EEL a couple times, so
oh yeah,
it's kind of
team league, you know?
Splitting it up a little bit, but we can still see a lot of synergy between the heroes when we take out those EEL games. They like to pick Sniper a lot, they like to pick Witch Doctor and Dazzle a lot. Or no, the other team likes to pick Dazzle. Never mind. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Rage really likes their Dazzle, though. They also have an 83% win rate with Clockwork. And we'll see, of course, Adventures of 5 Idiots. They're going to pick up the Sniper right now. They hold a 100% win rate with Sniper. Only over 5 games, but still, that's a decent sample size, comparatively, you know?
Yeah, and I don't hate that choice. I mean, Sniper's a really good hero nowadays with the reworked Shrapnel. And he can transition into one of the better late game damage dealers simply because he has such a long range and such a good attack speed if you itemize for that. And yeah, okay. Maybe these stats do say something as you pick up the Sniper and the Clockwork now. So.
It's like a greatest hits album already. And they may be a little bit one-hit wonder, but yeah, and Clockwork, of course, in the current meta, and Storm Spirit, they're excellent at dealing with Sniper. They get in his face and say, guess what, you have to fight us. You have to deal with us first. We're not going to let you sit back and just shoot at our team, take pot shots at them all day. We're going to get in your face and mess with you.
Scar of Mage, though, was an excellent counter to both of these heroes in some way. I mean, Clockwork, until he gets a Blade Mail, he can't deal with the Scar of Mage ultimate. Because if he cocks someone in, he's essentially creating his own little death trap if the Scar of Mage is in the general vicinity. And of course, Silence, very good up against someone like a Storm Spirit. If he zips in, tries to do his combo, but then gets insta-silenced, then he's a little bit of trouble himself. So, really like this pickup for Adventure here.
Yeah, heroes like Silencer, ironically enough, don't do that well against Storm, except for the Global, because he's got spammable spells to deal with it. But actual just instant silences like Skyreth Mage are going to be very effective, almost to the level of a Shadow Shaman or Lion with the instant Hex. So I really like that pickup for them. Bristleback picked up by banned out by Adventure, as well as the Witch Doctor. And honestly, looking at these two teams, they both do so well with Witch Doctor. This might just be a we know this hero is so good we don't want you to have it, or it could be we've done our homework and know that you like this hero as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, Witch Doctor can work into, can play with a variety of lineups, and it's never really bad, except maybe in situations where you have a really aggressive tri-lane to go up against, because then Witch Doctor doesn't necessarily provide too much at level 1, and once he levels up the cask and you get a little bit lucky, then more so.
Yeah.
But apart from that, Witch Doctor is usually a good support pickup if you can get away with it, if you have a secondary support that can buy all the wards. Like a Scar of Mage, really, he doesn't necessarily need all that much. Ideally, he wants like some mana items, but if you can get away with it, if you can have the Witch Doctor just rush up the items after a plain set of boots, then he can actually turn into a very good damage dealer in the later game.
Yeah, that physical damage definitely doing a lot in the mid and late game stages. And also, from Adventure's point of view, if they've already got a Clockwork to single out heroes and keep them away from your supports, Witch Doctor is an excellent support to have in that situation, because he can just sit back and pop the ult. They will pick up an Earthshaker after banning out Brood on the side of Rage, so a little bit afraid of split push, but Earthshaker definitely going to provide some extra lockdown, and someone else who is kind of a blink initiator to get in Sniper's face. But Ogre Magi Skywrath, both these heroes have fallen off a lot, okay? Skywrath has actually a pretty terrible win rate these days, but paired up, I still think they're pretty good. The silence amplifying Ogre's magic damage, you get one of those 4 times the multicast and you can really burst someone down.
Yeah, and Ogre Magi is similar to the Witch Doctor in many ways when it comes to the Aghanim Scepter. If you manage to get that up, then he's just a terror to deal with, because he always has stunts every 6 or 7 seconds, whatever the cooldown is on the Refined Fire Blast, and he always has mana for it too. And together with the Skywrath Amplification, as I said, it's absolutely crazy how much damage that can do. But yeah, Ogre Magi has fallen off simply because he got hit with the nerf stick here. The Fire Blast range was, I think, the only thing that got nerfed, in fact. But that was enough to just make people forget about it. It's not like he's bad, it's just like attention got focused away due to the patch notes more so than anything else, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it a little bit harder to actually get in range for the Fire Blast, but yeah, if you have a slow, and you do have slows from the Shrapnel as well as the Concussive Shot, you should still be able to deal with it. Hell, you have an own slow and Ignite, so...
Yeah, and Rage, looking to not let up the aggression, they're gonna pick up a Lion right now. Now there's a... Whoa. Okay,
Huh. Don't necessarily agree with that, I have to say. I mean, it's...
I try not to bash teams, you know, but, like... This is a little iffy. You've already got not 1, but 2 distance closers, a Blink Initiator, and Lion, who, honestly, would like to get a Blink in the future. Drow isn't the best against that. However, another form of silence is going to be very useful.
Yep. It's really, really ballsy. I don't really see it working out, but if it does, then of course they're going to have a crazy amount of range damage coming up from Drow and Sniper. So,
now, just theory crafting a second. Can you knock Clockwork out of his own cogs with silence?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, because that could be the reason they picked it up, but still not that great. I mean, Rage even has room to pick up some greedy carry, like a PA here, that is also excellent against Sniper and Drow Ranger, and gets in their face quickly, isn't that vulnerable to silence once she's already in your face, and... it hits very hard early on. I'm a little scared for him right now, but maybe they have a plan.
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it's not like they have no early game with these 2 heroes. I mean, they can. I mean, they can easily go for sort of a 10-15 minute strat where Drow Ranger is just being protected essentially for Protect 1 across the map, where Drow Ranger just kills towers on the one lane, whereas Skywrath Mage, Ogre Magi, with the help of the Sniper and whatever else they pick up here, just make space, put on pressure on another map, and yeah, it's as we said, those supports are not to be trifled with. They can dish out a lot of damage really quickly. Even someone like a Phantom Assassin, who is good against physical damage normally because of the blur, which is also going to want to make Sniper and Drow Ranger pick up MKBs at some point. But early on in the game, it's not going to help you up against the Magic Bursts, especially with the Queen of Pain here. So I think that's what their strat's going to be.
I really like the
Just make
Queen
sure
of Pain
that you get Sniper.
Too.
Yeah.
If Clockwork cogs her, she can just blink right out. So it's less of an issue. Queen of Pain's a natural Orchid builder, so even more silence against this team. And, of course, the Ogre Magi Skywrath Mage, as you were saying, against PA, they're going to be very dominant. Ogre with his potential chain stuns late in the game. My worry for them is, though, if Rage gets off to a good start, and PA gets like a fast BKB, this game can get very ugly very fast for 5 Idiots. So,
absolutely.
It'll be interesting.
That's the danger. If Rage can hit before Drow and Sniper really get out of control, which is what Adventure's plan is, essentially, right? Make enough space in the early game to make sure that their damage dealers can just get so out of control that anything Rage throws at them, they can just shrug off and then turn around and kill them with right clicks, right? That's going to be the plan for the 5 Idiots here. But the thing is, pretty much every single one of Rage's heroes is really good distance closer. I mean, Lion once he gets the blink, which might be really far off. Clockwork, of course, with the hook shot, Storm Spirit, don't have to explain that. Phantom Assassin as well, with a blink of her own. and the long-range initiation from the Earthshaker, they have so many ways to initiate and start fights on their terms, which just makes me scared for 5 idiots right now with their lineup here.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and run through the lineups a bit. They do have Super Goat, their Immortal Courier. This is a throwback courier for real here. One of the ones you rarely see anymore. I just wanted to point that out. We've got Luffy on the Ogre Magi. Klaus, who's Klasinski, I believe is how you say his name. He's a somewhat notable Dota personality. On the Drow Ranger, Shock. I'll call him Shock, I guess. On the Skyrath.
Shock, yeah.
Yeah. Gooch on the Sniper, and the Coon on the Queen of Pain.
For the side of Rage Esports, we've got Flash on the Earthshaker, Inuyasha on the Phantom Assassin in the 1 position, Comrade Squirrel gonna be taking the Lion, looking to sheep some people instead of scrolling them, if that makes sense. Mitza on the Storm Sword, which leaves the safe lane to Clockwork, so it's gonna be safe lane Clock. Wait, how are they gonna lane this? This looks really weird.
Safe lane Clock, aggressive tri-lane, and putting...
But they have PA mid right now, and Stormsword is going top.
Okay, right now it looks like dual lanes, and this seems kind of silly, but against Drow, I think PA is going to fare a little bit better than Storm will. PA is going to have that Blink Strike to really get in Drow's face. Levels are very important early on for PA. Extremely important, especially against a Drow Ranger, because you need to have that Phantom Strike maxed very early on so you can get in her face, and just turn off that agility. And Storm Spirit up against Queen of Pain, this is kind of the matchup he wants, so it looks like a good read coming out from Rage.
Yeah, problem is with Phantom Assassin, I mean, we already see these supports from the side of 5 idiots just trying to rotate around. They do find the Observer Ward that the Radiant side placed here, so that's got, that will allow them to put on some pressure with a couple of smokes later on, if they pick them up. They don't have one right now, I don't think. But yeah, same goes really for the Drow Ranger here. I mean, we see Flash hanging around the backline, just waiting for a good fissure, and if he blocks the Drow Ranger on the wrong side of it, then it's also gonna be a dead hero here in the mid lane. And Phantom Assassin, as long as there's a creep or even a hero behind her, she can always Blink Strike to that.
Yeah, let me real
So yeah, I don't want to give the advantage here to Phantom Assassin. Overall. Just because of the harassment, the evasion here, the extra last hitting potential that you have from the dagger as well.
Yeah, of course. Drow Ranger should be relatively dominant in this lane, but I think once PA really gets online... Uh-oh. Well, you have a dive coming in on Mitza. And that'll be first blood going over to the Coon with the help of that dagger there. Bit of an interesting build going for 2 in the dagger and 1 blink, but I'm seeing more and more quaps in the professional scene pick this up in favor of maxing the Scream early, because Shadow Strike gives you a lot more control over your lane, and that extra 10% slow does a lot to help there. Now Queen of Pain will be coming in there looking for the Courier. The Hex will save it right now. Lion with the Earth Spike through. Queen of Pain will end up falling, and it looks like the rest of 5 idiots are just going to back up for now, but that was a close one. The little Snarl barely escaping with his life. He has seen some shit, Dragondrop.
That's where I just type great bait made in Twitch chat, right?
Yeah. But a very good bait.
Line in the line in a really good position to immediately counter initiate though. That's what made that fight there. And of course, Phantom Assassin with some good damage here early on up against the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, and it is definitely a ranged damage strat coming out from the Drow. She's already picking up a second Wraith Band for more stats. Now, of course, that won't help you hit PA more, but when you do hit her, you'll hit even harder. I don't always hit PA, but when I do. And a big shout out to all the viewers for coming out as well, real quick. But you were saying, sorry.
Goddamn, ignore the viewers, Revo. This is a game. Just kidding.
I just wanted to say thanks.
Of course, for me also, thank you for coming out here, enjoying this game as much as we are, hopefully. But
top lane.
As soon as this level top lane.
It looks like Clockwork is gonna fall. They're rotating the lanes around a lot here. Seeing as there was initially a very aggressive tri-lane against the Clockwork, he's like, I don't want to deal with this, I'm coming top lane, and the tri-lane's like, let's go, guys. There he goes.
Well, now we've got Queen of Pain for Storm Spirit down here in the bottom, and Storm not even level 3 yet. That's a really sad one.
He has got his Soul Ring at least, which will help him sustain and lane a little bit more. But he doesn't have his stun, so he doesn't really have kill potential just yet.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to deal with constant harassment from the Queen of Pain.
And he
has
does
to
have...
be careful not to get killed here. I mean,
Yeah.
if he gets harassed too much and stays in lane for too long, you can Queen of Pain can just easily blink in, throw out another Shadow Strike, couple of right clicks on the Queen of Pain. It should be enough to finish him off.
Now, once Storm hits
Especially
level
with
6,
the
this
extra
won't be an
damage.
issue. But, early on, he has such low movement speed. He's only sitting at 290. That dagger is really going to put him in a crawl.
Yep. He's gonna get some help here with Flash rotating in, but he doesn't have much either. All of these are very level starved here.
Yeah. And this is the kind of start 5 Idiots needs. If they're going to succeed with this lineup, they need to get ahead early. There's your Fissure coming out on the Coon. He does have a blink away if he even needs it. But he's just trading hits here. The Drow Aura doing serious work. He hits for 84 right now. Storm, on the other hand, hits for 57.
Yep. Gonna have a salve to get him back up. Meanwhile on top, looking for Clockwork. Not gonna get him though, I don't think. Or maybe? Silence comes out. That's gonna be slow. And a stun. Where is it? There it is. That should be enough with the right clicks here to bring him down. Cock's not gonna save you from that one, buddy.
Yeah, and this can be something nice to pick up against Clockwork. Ironically, range shearers will do really well against him, because if they're not in his cogs, well, they're fine. They don't really care. He has to be in melee range to secure that. A nice stun there from Flash, but the Coon will still clean him up, despite that. And the Coon actually went for an urn on Quap. It's coming on the Courier right now. And this is a bit of an unorthodox item pickup, but as many kills as Queen of Pain generally gets, if you're not going to go for something like a bottle, which he's going for anyway, it's a great source of regen here, especially when you're looking to snowball. So,
speaking of Snowball, they're trying to stop this right now, and the Queen of Pain level 6 really hard to gank simply because of the blink, but there's gonna be the Hex follow-up stun is available to them. Maybe, there they go, they get it. No. Oh no, not the best fissure here. So we're looking for the electric vortex, and now the turnaround comes with the teleport reactions. Flash not long for the wall, throws out one last stun. Now it's only mids at level 4. Tries to do what he can, but the Coon does not care. Throws out another right click.
he needed 2 more right clicks, but this magic stick from Quap is just keeping her alive so well here. That's 3 earned charges already, and a great start for 5 Idiots in what looked like, I mean, we were definitely questioning the draft from them. It looked, I'm just going to go ahead and say, we thought it was bad.
Yeah.
But
they're making it work though.
They're definitely working it well.
I kind of want to put this on lanes, to be honest. I mean, normally you just put the Clockwork in the off lane to begin with, and you have either Sniper or Drow there. I mean, sure, he's not going to get too much, but he shouldn't die if he plays defensively enough. Then you have a defensive tri lane with PA or something, or even Storm Spirit, if you really want that mid matchup, which wasn't all that bad. I mean, Inuyasha's the only one who's getting something here.
Yeah, and at least the PA is getting something. With these fast levels, she's already got her crit, and she'll actually be able to jump on people and potentially take them out. The extra attack damage coming out as well. Hoodoo will get hit by an Assassinate up top, but it's not going to secure the kill. The problem with Clockwork here, I believe, is he's best in 1v1 matchups against somewhat slow melee heroes. He's going to be able to get up in their face, trap them in the cogs, throw a battery assault, and then they'll be dead. Other than that, he's just looking to get his level 6. Then he can get the jump on ranged heroes. But until then, he's going to have a bit of an issue. We do have Inuyasha trying to jump on Klasky here. But, of course, that Drow Aura will give away when he's right near him. He'll go ahead and give the jump out here. There's no silence from the Drow, but also not much initiation potential. Luffy coming in, trying to follow up the Frost Arrows, but with only 2 points, it's not going to be enough. Drow opting for the more Aura-focused build to help the rest of the team.
Yep. Meanwhile, in the bottom, 5 Idiots looking to put on some more pressure on this tier 1. They do see the Storm Spirit here with the ward. No level 6 yet, so he's not on for the world. Earn charge even as well. So much damage over time.
He's dead. He'll actually throw a stun out and a little bit of damage with it, but it's not quite enough. And his build here, I believe, is a little unorthodox. Usually you only go for 1 in Static Remnant so that the mana cost is low enough you can really spam that since it's on such a low cooldown, and you'll be able to get more Overload procs out of it. So usually it's like a 1-4-4 kind of build.
Yep.
With ult being picked up wherever, obviously, but...
Oh, mid lane here. Inuyasha looking for the Drow Ranger, but the Jukes are too strong.
They're
this is
diving
not looking
so
good.
deep here.
Yeah, they're feeling the pressure now, but they're reacting in the wrong way to it. They can't really do it like now, because that's exactly where the 5 idiots were looking to go. They were looking for these snowballs on the Queen of Pain, which is proving to be a really great last pick, as we see Clockwork picked off again. But yeah, Queen of Pain got a really good start. It's all in her element. Meanwhile, Sniper is just having the time of his life up here in the top lane, and Draw Ranger not necessarily having the easiest time up against the PA mid. Can be a tricky matchup one way or the other, but now she hasn't been shut down at the same time either, so...
Yeah. It's a matchup that does rely heavily on RNG, as most matchups with PA do. One other thing they have against PA that we haven't really considered is the Sniper. If he procs Headshot, it won't be evaded. So, that's like an extra of 2/5 of a Monkey King bar. You know?
Yeah, you could do the math on that, because it only matters if you proc the headshot when the evasion would proc.
Yeah, otherwise it's like, okay, so who cares?
Yeah. Numbers aren't all that's easy, or as big as you might see them.
Yeah, and this ward from the Dire is really paying off on the bot lane. They know nobody's here to defend. So they're just able to say, we can pressure this tower with no fear of a reinforcement. And even if there was a reinforcement, I don't feel like they'd be afraid of it. They have so much burst damage that just those 3 heroes, it leaves Drow to just freeform the mid lane, and Sniper to freeform the top lane, and there's not much they can do about it. Clockwork finally hitting level 6. They need to find a pickoff soon, or I'm really afraid for this team. Now, there is only a 7.5k net worth lead, so not to that like 10,000 tipping point of almost no return, but when you're 1-11, your spirit is crushed more than anything, you know?
Yeah, the thing is though, being behind that far can also be a good thing, because now, since you finally have these level 6s on your major initiators here on the Clockwork, as well as the Storm Spirit to some degree, if you can find some kills, you're right back in the game. And that's what Rage has to go for right now. They have to try and keep their vision up, which is hard, because 5 idiots have been doing a good job just dewarding the entire time and keeping up map control themselves. But yeah, they need to find these kills. The problem is, they can't really go in on a certain combination of heroes, like anything with Scar of Mage and a Queen of Pain in it.
And they have so many aggressive wards as well. Flash gonna dodge the ulti, and they'll actually be able to take down the Scarth Mage. This is the kind of pickoff they need. PA getting the kill as well. She's got 1,000 in the bank, and that's already an 800 gold swing, which is fantastic. And you can see, though, the aggression 5 idiots are ready to put out. They know they can't fall behind in this matchup, or they get very far behind. There's a ward behind the tower right there, one right in front of the tower. They're not stopping their push. They're ready to push this mid tower, and then I wouldn't be surprised if they put some wards up near the top tower ready to engage on that. And this is a great way to play against a Clockwork. You can see, okay, he's back here. He's ready to engage on us. Don't push in right now. Don't go for it. It's a trap.
Well, gonna get Roshan as well to help them out with that.
Yeah, and Sniper, he hasn't died yet, and, well, he's not looking to die anytime soon. But if he does, he's got that safety net of the Aegis to fall back on.
Yeah, and that just means that they can use them to baits.
They know PA's alone here.
Oh.
These wards...
nice crit here. Makes it scary, but there we go. The Coon's gonna take it over. Ouch.
Yeah, and as soon as PA looks to turn, the silence comes out, and it's just not enough. I mean...
yeah,
okay.
him out, right? He's gonna die, what? Oh no.
Okay, first of all, I'm not even sure what that hook shot was aimed for. If it was just to get in position, that's fine, but I don't see what he was getting in position for. It just...
Getting in position to die.
Yeah.
It's not exactly how you want to play it most of the time. Maybe he was looking for the Coon, who was very low on health, but he had a regen rune, he still has it, and now it's gonna pop it to go back to full health. As it stands though...
A tier 2. 13 minutes in. This is... Okay, a finger comes out from Comrade Squirrel. They throw out an Earth Spike on the line. They're trying to take down the Drow, but the silence coming through. PA can't get in here due to all this silence. And what really looked like an awful lineup to pick a Drow Ranger in is actually turning out somewhat okay. Simply because they have enough lockdown to keep the heroes away.
Yep, and Drow is at the points where she's ahead enough that she doesn't necessarily die all that quickly, especially with the teammates right there with her. I mean, it's got Treads, Ring of Aquila, and 2 Rave Bands.
And now a Mask of Madness coming up as well.
Yeah, Mask of Madness now as well. So
which, that's more for farming, but she'll be able to get very far ahead with just a few minutes in the jungle with this.
Yep. Now, also, if she doesn't get focused down, then it's gonna even amplify her damage output even more, which is silly to think about.
Now, we definitely see Rage going for the right item choices, well, when they can get any sort of items. PA, of course, rushing the BKB. Sniper's going to be up top. He does still have that Aegis, though. PA just going to snag a last hit. But actually, the Coon and Luffy coming in here. Already a double multicast. And he'll try to man-fight here, but no lifesteal. It's not going to go too well. There was a cancel TP in from Lion there, since it was already too late. And they'll be taking yet another tower right now. 5 idiots. They may not be as stupid as their name would appear to say.
Absolutely not. It was a really smart, I mean, really standard play, but a smart one nonetheless. I mean, they had 2 heroes here waiting in the woods, while the rest was pressuring the tower, just waiting for someone to try and defend. And since it was only one, might get Luffy here.
Yeah, Storm Spirit with the stun in there. He'll get that off. Nice dodge of the Sonic Wave. Even though it will take down Lion, the Coon could be going down here. He doesn't have enough of a zip, though. Hookshot coming out from Clockwork, and that Urn already healing Queen of Pain up practically all the way. She's also got a Yule's. I'm trying to figure out why, but I don't think there even needs to be a reason at this point. Maybe just as a stun to say, oh, you want to TP away? You can't do that.
Well, if you're 4,000 gold ahead of the highest farmer on the other team, doesn't really matter what items you go for, I guess. Mana regen, always nice to have on Queen of Pain. Don't necessarily have a whole lot of that normally. But yeah, Yule's is never a bad item, right?
Of course
it
not.
Doesn't need anything else right now.
Well, hopefully after the next patch it will be a bad item.
Yeah.
That's an item that needs a nerf.
I would say so as well. And not just the gold nerf again. It's not gonna cut it.
Yeah, you have to do something to the disable. And I feel like something like removing the damage that doesn't let you blink away after it could make it fair again. Because it would still interrupt TPs, it would still stop channeling spells. It'd be a cheap stun. But it wouldn't completely disable the hero if they've got a blink dagger already. So,
yeah, wouldn't hate that, to be honest. Seems like a good compromise. But yeah, of course, we're not the balance experts. At least I'm not. But yeah, now 70 minutes in, and the tier 3 is down to half health now, as the sniper is just chipping away at it from a safe distance. And yeah, no blink daggers. They do still have the long range fissure to try and initiate, but at this point, with the rest of the 5 idiots sitting in the back, there's gonna be the hook shot. Gush does not have the Aegis anymore. There's gonna be the stun as well as the zipping around, and he does fall in the end. There's a big Exxon to follow up with, and now Storm Spirit right in the midst of it, throwing out whatever spells he can. But there we go, the Coon coming in with the Sonic Wave. Does not quite get a couple of kills. Actually, he does.
There are 3 buybacks though, if they really want to, and I mean at this point, why not? Flash trying to survive here. He'll be going down as well. It's a 5-man wipe. There's 4 buybacks available though. It's a 5-for-3 trade, and the fight recap still shows a 2k gold swing for Rage when they got 5-man wiped. This is comeback Dota, ladies and gents. You can't pass it up. PA, this is probably why they aren't buybacking. They're like, we have money. Guys, don't spend it. We actually have money.
Yeah. And at this point, it's only 80 minutes in. Oh! Nice.
A nice snipe by the Clockwork there. And he's looking for more. But the Coon, he's ready. Oh, and he's already gone.
He doesn't have an amount to play with, no Sonic Wave.
Hoodoo's not even going to see him with the missile there. Nice movement here as well. I mean, we joke, but it could be the start of a comeback for Rage. I mean, and I wouldn't even call it big throws from 5 idiots.
No, I mean, it was the best fight that Rage could have taken.
Yeah.
And that's just the lineup and the draft coming into play there. I mean, that's what allowed them to do it.
In the late game,
Rage
Rage
a couple
wins.
more of those. Yeah, I would agree.
I'm assuming they have BKBs at that point, obviously. But, I mean, once they have BKBs, what does 5-year-act have to hurt them? Sure, you can say, well, they have physical damage from Drow and Sniper. But if you get in Drow's face, you're taking away a ton of the team's physical damage. That's 46 damage per hero right now. It's going to be even more later on. You take away, what? About 10 armor from Drow right now, which is huge. Not to mention, they don't have any damage to cut through magically. Queen of Pain has Sonic Wave, but other than that, you've got nothing. Skywrath Silence is somebody you purge it off with a BKB. They need to get, like, sheep sticks on 5 idiots very soon, and Queen of Pain is going to go for that Aghanim Scepter, which I really like in the situation. Knowing that Rage needs to pick up these BKBs says, okay, you have a BKB, I have something that cuts through it every 40 seconds. So, that's going to help a bit more, but I'd still like to see a sheep stick so you can stop them before the BKB comes out.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be next on the list here. The thing is, right now they still can play this burst damage game because there are no BKBs. I mean, if you check on the progress, Phantom Assassin almost got one though.
Yeah.
But it's only 1200 health points, not even that. So, Sonic Wave, which is 390 damage right now, I believe. No, 450 with Scepter and Spear damage, or it takes almost half of it away, and the rest can easily be done with right clicks, even though you have the blur.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get in there and get some very lucky crits. And very lucky dodges, let's call them that.
Yeah.
No, she can...
There's no lifesteal, so Phantom Assassin can't really doesn't really have that to rely upon to sustain her, even if she does get crits.
And not to mention now, Drow has a Shadow Blade. She's forcing the enemy team to invest even more in killing her, because if you jump on her, okay, cool, you pop your BKB. I can go invis and walk away. And just say, I am out, I'm done, GG. Go ahead, use your BKB, that's cute and all, but I'm gone by the time you're non-magic immune again. And actually, they do spot him. They ping it out here, but it was close. They actually wandered into the range of... Okay, I guess they didn't wander into the range of this sentry. My bad.
Yeah, I think the...
Oh,
I think
20 seconds. And I think actually... I'm gonna try to hold our camera. Oh my gosh, turn off assisted camera for a moment. Are they gonna see it on the Radiant team? No, they're not. That's really unfortunate. About 4 seconds difference there.
Well, the big guy's back.
Oh, but they're grouping up bot
should
lane.
know that this can be a possibility here. Ray just smoked up looking for something here. Dropped on Sentry Ward very wisely.
Now, 5 idiots did just have the courier go over Roche. I didn't see them ping it out, but they may actually know it's up.
Drow,
they're going to see the Drow. They hex her up. Clockwork eager to hookshot. And actually, Drow is dead already. Echo Slam committed a lot of ults used there, but it's going to be enough. They'll lose the Earthshaker in return, but definitely a good trade at the moment. As Storm Spirit goes down, he already blew it. But, Yasha blowing the BKB. Queen of Pain actually takes down Lion, and it looks like, oh no! The worst thing that could possibly happen there, just as the BKB was running out, they Yules her up. I feel like it might have been a little better to go ahead and commit to the fight at that point, since you're already using your BKB, but...
Yeah, he got kited hard, though.
Yeah, he got kited very hard, and that's one thing that... It's oftentimes very hard to do against a PA, but when you have this much silence on your team, you're able to do it. With the Drow Gust and the Skywrath Silence, there's enough to make it work, and... Honestly, if you'd shown me the draft at the point that 5 idiots picked the Drow and said, we should pick a Drow here, I would have laughed in your face, muted you, reported you, and told you to uninstall. Like,
you wouldn't have done that, really.
It doesn't make sense, but it works so well.
Even though they picked off the Drow, that's once again, I mean, the other heroes are also fire.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just the Drow, right? It's not even the Drow. I mean, if you look at the net worth, Drow sitting at 8,500, but Sniper 13,000.
Yeah.
The Coon here on the Queen of Pain, almost 13,000 as well. These heroes can pick up the slack quite nicely, and even though the BKB came out, Phantom Assassin did not have enough damage after the teammates kind of blew their load up against the Dark Ranger just to pick her off, which was the right decision.
Dire's middle tower.
But it seems like they almost committed a little bit too much, and they also messed up the hookshot, messed up the lion stun before they actually finished off the job, and they also got had to commit the Echo Slam because of that.
Now, Storm is 25 gold to BKB here. This could be another big turning point for them. Storm not getting silenced or shut down magically in a team fight is going to be huge. However, he does have 1200 HP. Quap will get rid of about half of that now that she's got her level 3 ult, and is going for a Bloodstone. I mean, this team wants to snowball so hard it's not even funny. I don't know that Bloodstone is that necessary on Quap, but it will at least make her tanky, which will be good against, well, pretty much any hero that's looking to kill you. If you're tanky, it's hard to kill you. Oh, they do place down an observer right under the sentry, though. Unfortunately. Actually, whoa.
There we go.
Sorcerer coming in. He does have that BKB, but not forced to use it just yet. Hoodoo soaking up a lot of it. Drow, or actually everyone getting bursted. Beautiful Echo Slam as they take down 4. They've lost no one so far. Sniper does have an Aegis, but he's going to be pretty much alone here. No Shadow Blade, no escapability at the moment. They will trade for the Clockwork, but I feel like Clockwork is happy to give up his life for the team right now. They lose a half a Rax, but at this point, it's kind of a necessary loss. And it is only the ranged Rax as well.
It's ranged Rax, yeah. That was hashtag worth it. Look at the gold swing. 6,500 gains, 1,000 taken from the 5 edits, and oh my!
You can see there's a spike in the net worth graph.
Yeah.
The silence on the Drow was
after the.
It was so good, but Storm was already gone. And he didn't even have to commit his BKB to that, which meant he could use it later in the fight for something more important. Oftentimes, you want to use your BKB in kind of an offensive situation. Not to the point where you're scared of them casting something on you, but where you're already in deep. They cast a silence on you and you're like, I don't care, I have BKB, boom, don't touch me.
Yep. And yeah, I don't think they really expected the BKB to come out because it seems like it's actually
Storm gets grazed by it.
So they weren't really ready. We're a little bit thrown off by that, I want to say, and that's why they kind of clumped up all that much. Didn't really consider the Earthshaker with the blink, which was a really beautiful blink in Echo Slam. If that doesn't happen, they still lose this fight.
The Earthshaker getting blink is really big, and at 11 minutes, he had no boots. So, this is a really big comeback for him.
Inuyasha, he's surrounded. Only has a Soul Sword here. He's gonna be able to zip away. For now. Right, nothing will happen here.
Except Drow Ranger actually getting taken down up top. Nice distraction from them. Sorry about that. Girlfriend texted, thought it was an emergency. It wasn't. Awkward.
Well, Hoodoo's gonna give his life for it, maybe.
They do have the Yules. I mean, he'll probably die here, but still, they trade for the Drow. Even if they're trading too, they're getting good trades out of it. Earthshaker still has buyback, and that is huge at this point. Especially with Echo Slam coming off cooldown right about now. If they need it, he can buy back, walk up to the tower, blink and Echo Slam, and really turn the fight. And just the threat of a buyback Echo Slam here is scary enough, I think, that 5 idiots are going to say, we have to back here. Yep. Storm headed back to base, though.
Well, they can still siege as long as the Earthshaker is still down, because it still takes a little bit of time to still put in and actually get the Echo Slam off, which should be enough for them to retreat. If all they have is a sniper here chipping away at range, and the Coon who is able to blink away in time. So they can still siege, and they did a lot of damage doing so, but they have to be careful about the positioning. They have to be careful not to extend, because if they give up another fight like that, then, yeah, this game really turns into Grand Theft Throwing or something.
And not to put a damper on the comeback potential of Rage, but if they do win a fight, they don't have a ton of push. And that is very dangerous. I mean, PA's crits, in case you don't know, they don't affect towers, so...
Grand Throw Auto, or Grand Throw Dota was the phrase I was looking for.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Throw.
Looking for a heist here.
Oh. Does Storm have the TP? He does. If he can catch them before they get to him, but He's got sentries up here, so he will actually see them. He needs to go now.
Oh, silence.
He's BKB'd as well.
Popped.
He needs to TP out.
Oh, the mini
Oh,
stun.
no! I didn't even realize that goes through BKB. He's got a zip. And it's going to be a long one, too. But Queen of Pain blinking forward. There's going to be a jump onto the Drow. Ogre on the other side trying to take care of Hoodoo. They'll take down the Quap at least. So it's a 1-for-1 trade at the moment. Somehow Storm still gets away. And it's a double kill, actually. As Skywrath Mage goes down to Phantom Assassin, who's now alone. Going to try to TP out. Will get bursted down by the Ogre. Tries to jump. Still has buyback, though. They're finding these pickoffs. And I didn't get to see fight recap. Did you? Oh, wait. We got another fight recap. Okay, it's actually even now.
It's coming up now. This fight at the very least, 5 idiots really able to barely hold on to their lead with the way they're just canceling teleports.
Oh, Storm doesn't have BKB, but there's the Echo Slam.
The sniper doesn't care. He's tanky enough, but not with the follow-up here. Does not have an agent this time. Flash making it work, making the plays. Luffy trying to do what he can. Now that's enough to give Class the space to turn around, throw in the last couple of right clicks, secure that kill, and maybe the only line on the clockwork up, they can take this tower. But the hookshot is up as well. There it is, coming in from the top here. Nice angle, and it will find a draw range as well. Luffy stunned up by line on the back, and now battery assault, everything going on that poor Ogre Mage. Last one standing, throws on the Yule Scepter. Is it enough to actually keep him safe?
It looks like it might be.
There's a rocket though in 2
Skill
seconds.
shot Dota. Here we go. He's got 150 HP. Oh! I'm sorry, Clockwork. That was behind door number 2. You won't walk away with any prize this evening. Cue sad trombone sound. Wah, wah, wah. By the way, I love that moment where we both started casting the team fight and we both go, "Oh, the Echo Slam!"
Yeah. I'm sorry it took over there, but it was just...
Oh no, it's fine, because we were like perfectly in sync. At least on my end of things. Skype delay might have made you think we were a little bit weird, but on the VOD it'll come out perfect.
And that's all that really matters, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, 5 idiots, they're having a lead and they know it as well, and they're using it to allow themselves to play a little bit more aggressively than they maybe need to, right? They didn't even have to put on so much pressure here right on the base. All they could have done is just keep the creep wave around here, around that line on the high ground. Yeah. And then wait out the next Roshan to then push up to the high ground again. Which is at the end of the day, what did they accomplish with all this pressure? Absolutely nothing. They didn't finish off the tier 3 top. They didn't finish off the racks in bottom. Sorry.
Only a little bit of an extra respawn time on Roche, about a minute here. Not too bad. They are still going after the spot racks, and it is regenerating health since it is that melee barracks, but it regenerates very slowly, and we do have 4 TPs and a Storm Spirit who does have his Bloodstone done. This is, well, if they can win this fight, this is really good. If they lose this fight, it's really bad. It's one of those high-risk, high-reward items that can help you snowball. Beautiful fissure there from Flash. But Sniper, he'll get the shrapnel up the hill, get that vision. It may not affect structures, but it at least gives him vision. But a hook shot in from the Clockwork. He'll be used up. They'll keep him back for a second. Comrade Skrull in a little bit of an iffy situation. Questionable Echo Slam, but at least get some lockdown out there. Clockwork goes down, but they trade for Drow. They're looking for more. 2 down for Rage. Make it 3 with the PA, but she does have buyback. Storm Spirit, no BKB charge left, but is respawning in 30 seconds. Did get 2 extra charges on the Bloodstone. Comrade Skrull still alive on the back lines. They're probably losing a Rax here. Can they hold for 20 more seconds for Storm to come back and do something? They took down 2, managed to trade for 3. I didn't see the fight recap, though.
No, me either.
Okay, if a Valve employee or someone is listening, what we need as spectators is a button, like a hotkey we combined, to pull up the previous fight recap. I know if you're watching in Dota TV, you can do it, but that's because of the rewind feature and everything. We just need it to, like, save the last fight recap to a file, and then, like, have it on, like, I don't know, F or something, for fight.
That would be useful as well.
Just a quick Volvo, please, there.
But yeah, at least they got the racks here, so they have a little bit more control over the map now.
And I like the pickup of a gem on the side of Rage. Earthshaker wouldn't have had buyback with that gem because of his death cost, so he basically was buying it out to really make an impact here, and it's going to be very nice, indeed.
Hello, Drow. Here's my finger. Did you see that?
I missed. Oh, wow! I didn't even realize Drow was dead.
Yep. Sentry Ward, Storm Spirit into Finger of Death. It seems like.
Yeah, and that Finger of Death is very useful now. It is also level 16. You take a look at hero levels. Lion is out-leveling, well, even the Drow on the enemy team. Which, normally, you don't think of Lion's levels being that big a deal, but having that level 3 Finger can be really big, as well as going ahead and having max mana drain. I mean, even if you only get it off for a second or two, 120 mana a second, Sniper, it takes him a full mana drain will take him down to half his mana. It's pretty much same with Ogre. Queen of Pain, of course, will have a lot more, but Drow Ranger, if you could get that full channel off, theoretically, you can take away all her mana.
Not that it matters too much for Drow, though.
Yeah, of course.
Unless you can cancel the... Unless she doesn't get the Shadow Blade off in return, but... At that point, you know there's gonna be detection, and if you get the drop on Drow Ranger like that, there's no way the Shadow Blade will save you, one way or the other.
Now, we're in a rough spot for Rage. Is it Rapier territory yet?
Don't think you can get away with Rapier on Rage.
Okay, you need to get a PA to be tankier?
Yeah, you have to have a super tank. PA isn't really that, especially since there's a potential of MKBs coming out any moment. Yeah, Sniper. It's kind of a sniper effect.
BKB, nice timing from the PA. She needs to jump on someone here, but she's looking for a ranged hero. Jumps on the Sniper. Quap, ult comes out, but Inuyasha goes down. 94 seconds on the sideline since I believe BKB's on cooldown. Gotcha on a mega kill streak with a double kill. They've only taken down the Ogre here, and Storm not even going to get over the cliff here. He's actually going to buy back. Could possibly zip in and take somebody down, but it's pretty much going to be at the cost of his life. He'll go in right now. Long range zip through. And a TP out. Nicely done, but the save from the Skywrath Mage with that Yule's too good.
That's a Thunderbolt if I've ever seen one, man. But yeah. Net fight, Gush might still... doesn't even die. Still has the Aegis. Might just suicide himself to the tower if he wants to.
I mean, Storm Spirit's playing this very safe, though. You want him to say, okay, I'm going in, I'm committing everything I have to this team. He did that with the TP scroll, because he could. With, without that, he has to save half his mana for the trip home, or else he will die. Especially with his BKB still on cooldown for 7 more seconds. They'll take a full Rax, and I think now, whether you want to or not, it's Rapier territory. You're running out of options.
Even if you get Rapier, you're just gonna feed it away. I mean, Sniper has an MKB now, just picked it up off the courier. So BA... I mean, in the last fight he was just able to pop BKB in man fight. That's even without a Skadi. Here we go, gets Hex up now. No immediate follow-up though. It's also trying to do it here. Hookshot comes in as well, and there we go. No Echo Slam though from Flash. It gets blown up. 4 heroes down now. PA will come back in a second. Midson, not enough bandits to actually run away. GG is called, and...
Yeah. With PA up alone, they can't do anything against this. The snowball lineup from 5 Idiots came out. Actually, she can kill Sniper, but, of course, at the cost of her life again. Or it would have been, had the game not ended so abruptly.
Well, at least she took off the streak, right?
Yeah, of course. I will say, though, 5 Idiots, where they won this, honestly, was the draft. And if you just looked at the draft, stopped watching there, you'd think they lost it because of the draft, but the Drow pick worked incredibly well in this situation. And as well as Rage did play when they were coming back, their early game sort of, I want to call it like tilt, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the draft, I still stand by that. The draft was in favor of Rage. The thing that lost it for them, I want to say, was just the laning stage. The really weird laning coming out from them. I mean, PA or Storm mid, sort of interchangeably, that's okay. But then having the Storm up and top up against the Sniper, and having Clockwork solo down in the bottom up against, who was he up against? initially. Don't really know, but regardless, all the rotations that were forced out by the aggressive rotations here through the jungle from Ogre and Skyra from the side of 5 Idiots kind of took the Radiant jungle over in the early game, and all this pressure being put on all across the map that forced out the lane rotations meant very, very late levels for the Rage heroes, and that meant more space, more time for Drow, for Queen of Pain, for Sniper to get their early levels themselves, get some early gold, some early farm, up to a point where they can play as aggressive as they want to and not have to fear as much of the potential from the Rage, because their levels were just so far behind. And yeah, they were just able to snowball off of that, and that's kind of why they ended up winning here.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll be going over to game number 2 to see if Rage can use their Rage to drive them to a victory in that game. 5 Idiots taking game number 1. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Dragondrop Dota for Truesight TV. You can find us on Twitter under those names, guys. We'd appreciate the feedback, and we'll be right back.